Penelope said that Andy was trying to drive a wedge between her and the father of her baby. I said, ma'am, you worried about the wrong thing. What you talk about? But hey, y'all, welcome back to another review of Life with Chessie for Tyler Perry Sistas, Season 8, Episode 6. Okay, y'all, so first things first, let me know y'all thoughts on tonight's episode down below. Look, I'm late. I'm super duper late, but okay. Look, I don't know. At this point, the whole Penelope to my son, she don't set a plan in motion. I said, what you trying to do, frame her? Look, I don't know who did it at this point. Do y'all think that it's more to the story with Jordan and Penelope? Because that's what it's been given on tonight's episode. Okay, y'all, Andy. I'm so disappointed in Andy. Then Jordan. Okay, so I was like, last week I was saying, I thought, why is Jordan just standing there? I thought that she told him. Now, I know she didn't fully go into details, but then she sit up there and tell him, I think she left a voicemail. He was like, I got your voicemail. Remember they showed him showing up to the church or whatever? And he was like, I got your voicemail or whatever, and it's good to know that, she doesn't love Gary or whatever. She still loves him. Then they kiss or something like that. I don't, like, did that not happen? Did that not happen? Here we go again with this writing. Now, again, I repeat, I know that she didn't fully get a chance to go into detail or whatever because they was at the church or whatever and Gary was around. But at the same time, that whole little scene between Penelope, Andy, and Jordan was like suspicious. It was suspicious. I'm going to just say it. But I don't know, y'all. Okay, so Andy gonna sit up here and ask Penelope why she slapped her. Ask her why you slapped her. Why she slapped you. You didn't be slapping her back. I said she done got in your face so close. Her face was wide open. I said her face was wide open, Andy. Then, look, I will say, what she said. She started taking her jacket off or whatever, so Andy started taking her earrings off. She was like, the first one was free. I said, that's right. I said, show you right. You ain't gonna do nothing, though, because she done been in your face plenty of times. Jordan, what he said? That's my sister, something about my sister. I said, forget you and your sister, because she told you what happened. She didn't tell you everything, but she at least gave you an idea. Then talking about some, what, they lost everything or whatever. And to me, it seemed more so like she was upset that she was about to marry Gary. Talking about some driving a wedge between her and the father. Girl, he the reason why your baby gone. What you talking about? If your baby is even gone. Like, we don't even know at this point. You could be lying about that, too. Because you over here talking about some doggone payback and Gary and her gonna find out. But okay, Penelope ends up revealing that she left protective custody. And the whole episode, she was standing there accusing Andy of setting her and Jordan up and everything. But then talking about some doggone payback and her and Gary gonna find out soon enough. I said, so is she the one? Did she do it? Again, the only thing we know is that it's supposed to be somebody we least suspect. I say it was Jordan and Penelope. But then again, Agent Watts over here, so we taking Andy at her place or whatever. He's supposed to stop by to my son. He wanted to update her or whatever. Then he told my son, we could finish this down at the station. I said, sir, did you do it? Did you do it the way you acting? Now I understand you upset because she dropped out. She was about to marry him, all that. And that's why I said I don't know who did it, y'all. Look, I'm thinking it's more than one person, but we'll see. But yeah, y'all, Penelope ends up revealing she left protective custody. Jordan said he out of the race. And I said, the way he was talking, I said, didn't he say he didn't care about the race? Was it? I don't know if it was a scene with him and Andy or just a scene with him and Tony and Rich or whatever. But didn't he say he didn't care? He only cared about Andy or whatever? Then they do that whole thing where they kissed or whatever and he left. And that's why people were saying he was the one who did it. And he mad, I lost everything or whatever. And then Andy, that's why I said I'm disappointed. She talking about some doggone, can I talk to you or whatever? And Penelope just started speaking for Jordan. He just standing there. He was just standing there when she slapped her. Didn't want to come intervene when she tried to get her get back. Ooh. And I said, Andy, like, just cut your losses at this point. Just be single. Then she over here about to kiss Robin. They about to kiss. He acting suspicious still. Everybody a suspect. Then, like, I understand him bringing up for team. I said, how you get the weapon, though? I said, how did he get the weapon? Look, like, I want to know if that's Fatima's weapon. But Penelope ends up accusing Andy of pointing the FBI in Jordan's direction. And she just started trying to explain herself. Andy was sitting up there trying to explain herself. And I said, Andy. And then Jordan gonna say some, I came to you and asked you what happened and you couldn't give me answers then or whatever. And he said you hadn't heard from her since the night that Gary got stabbed. And I said, but you heard from her before that. Tell me, she didn't give you no answers. I said, she didn't tell you everything true. But she did tell you she left that voicemail and everything. That's the whole reason why you came to the church. or whatever. I don't even think they at a church. I forgot where they at, but that's the whole reason you came there or whatever. But yeah, I was like, look, they forgot what they wrote again. Rich and Tony. I said at this point, just take all them back. Look, we was hoping that they was going to be some good. I was especially hoping that Danny and Tony would make it. She did all the talk about Preston, and they can't even be on the same page or whatever. Again, I say I see Tony's side, I see her side. Because, again, y'all know what I always say. Don't try to take away nobody. Do not take away nobody's right to choose. That's unfair. So I get what Danny's saying. But yeah, Tony and Rich both felt some type of way. Tony was mad because Danny talked about, their situation with Sabrina. And Rich was mad because Sabrina went to lunch with Danny instead of him. And I said, look, everybody got valid points because he did ask her. And she said, she was busy. She had to work. And then she showed up there. And he see her there. So I said, I understand it. I definitely do. Miss Marie want answers. Well, that storyline ended fast. But yeah, she wanted answers. Vanessa shows her edges or whatever. But Karen ended up, I guess we might as well finish that whole little scene. I want to know who put her up to it. Y'all know a lot of people been saying that Trey put her up to it. I said, I don't know. Because y'all know Pam be going live on social media a lot. So it could be that. Or it could be Trey. Well, he went anyway. I was looking for, he was standing up there, right? But yeah, they ended up clearing it up. She figured out that she was scamming. Let me go to my notes. She figured out that she was scamming. She ends up telling Vanessa off. And she ends up telling Karen and Pam she wants a detailed business plan. And she having her team look into the, the ingredients or whatever. Because although Vanessa was a scammer, she brought up a good point. I said, true that. But yeah, Pam and Karen was relieved. I think Karen ended up noticing that it was some stubble on the side of her head. She done shaved off her doggone edge. Then you got Hayden over here. He letting that power go to his head. First of all, I got to ask again. I think I asked y'all already. But one, how many of y'all think that Robin did it? Two, if he didn't do it, do y'all think he's still up to something else? Because remember, again, before he left, he had told Andy was saying she was up for partner. She wanted to be partner or something like that. And he mentioned something. He's not a partner, like a partner, is he? Like, I don't know. I forgot at this point. Do y'all think it's more to the story with Robin or what? But yeah, Hayden letting the power go to his head. I said, why he come throw the doggone papers like that? He threw them folders down on the desk. Then somebody he wanted her to review the files. I said he had a point because Fatima Hardhead, she ain't listening. She in there, I thought she was in there in the book for work or something. She's studying for law school or whatever. And he was telling her basically she ain't supposed to do that. Remember, Robin had told her that. So I was like, he had a point there. Then, but he wanted her to review Andy's files to find discrepancies or whatever from last quarter. Robin didn't seem to have a problem with that. He was like, basically, that's his job to do that or whatever, especially with everything that's been going on. But she was trying to tell him she worked the case with her, so she know for a fact there aren't any discrepancies or whatever. Oh, I just seen a post. I need to make a video, too. I need to make I think I seen 3 different videos. Not 3 different videos, 3 different synopses. And spoiler alert, they say Andy returns to work even though Robin told her not to, and they supposed to take back their offer for her to make partner. I said, no, I thought they said that Danny's supposed to be her first client. I said, maybe they're going to clear her name or something like that. But yeah, I'm ready to see if Robin got something else going on. Because even if he wasn't the one responsible for Gary getting stabbed, he's still acting suspicious. But y'all know I be questioning everybody, so I question everybody. Everybody a suspect. But yeah, I had wrote at the top of the page. I said Penelope's face been open for the longest. That's all I kept thinking about because she kept getting in her face, talking crazy and stuff, talking for Jordan. Jordan just standing there and stuff, and Andy just studied. Let me explain. It's not like that. He was blackmailing me and all this stuff. I was protecting you. Then Penelope talking about some doggone, you just gonna believe her. Don't believe her. Don't trust her. She the reason my baby this and that. She's evil and all this stuff. I said, I'm starting to think y'all evil. I'm starting to think y'all set all this in motion. Like, I don't know at this point, but we'll see. But yeah, Penelope says Andy was trying to drive a wedge between her and the father of her baby, and that's when I said, ma'am, you worried about the wrong thing. You talking about driving a wedge? He the reason you lost your baby. Then he pushed you down. What you talking about? That shouldn't even came out your mouth. But yeah, and then I wrote down saying Jordan weak self. He just standing there. Ooh. Every time you start, I ain't root for them. I ain't even gonna tell that story. How about I say every time you start to root for somebody? I was just rooting for Tony. Out of everybody, I was rooting for Tony and Danny or whatever. But then you got Rich over here. He made a comment to my son. When you was desperate for my sperm. I said, yeah, he feels some type of way still about that. To bring that up. But yeah, Penelope ends up telling Andy, just like her, payback is a B word. I said, ooh. Then they cut back to the scene where Sabrina, Rich, Tony, and Danny all arguing. Then they defending each other. Then one side, like Sabrina defending Tony, then Rich defending Danny, and it's just like, they just going back and forth, back and forth. Tony says I didn't write that part down. They end up saying, ain't no point of not telling us because ain't no point of trying to talk in private because they tell everything to each other. I said, true that? I said, true that or whatever. Then Danny brings up how they be gossiping like little cheerleaders and stuff. I said, true that too, because men nowadays definitely be gossiping more than females. But Tony ends up telling Danny, I was just trying to help you out or whatever. And she ends up telling him she don't need his help. She didn't need his help. She been doing fine. She doing good. I said, maybe that's just something Danny needs to work on. Maybe she got to actually believe that she can do more or be more. Or it's like what she said. Maybe it's like what she said. She comfortable where she is. She don't want to elevate no further. She want to be where she is or whatever. But yeah, we'll see how that goes. Like I said, they always into it. I want to know what leads her to seek Andy for help for legal counsel. That's what I wasn't ready to get to, that part. But yeah, Fatima Hardhead, I already said first she was in the book. Now, she ends up calling Zach after Hayden left. After Hayden left over there, I said, you gonna get caught. Robin done told you about on that doggone phone. He told you to do some work. I said, obviously these folks got more going on than we realized, and you on the phone. You was on the phone. But yeah, Rich ends up telling Sabrina he on the low list of Sabrina priorities. But when she was desperate, I underlined desperate. He's like, but when she was desperate for his sperm, he was at the top of the list. And I said, look, they need to touch on that more. This whole season so far, the whole 6 episodes been about Gary getting stabbed. And then they start talking about Andy. Sabrina mentions how Rich been passive-aggressive toward Andy ever since, Gary's stabbing or whatever. And he was like, basically, you looking out for your friend, I'm going to look out for mine. And I said, true that. And I was like, why didn't they say, I understand, like, Andy been trying to be on hush mode about it. But these folks are running around accusing you of all types of stuff. Well, that probably would actually help them accuse her of stuff if she said that he was blackmailing her. But yeah, I was like, is one of them going to mention what she told them, or we going to pretend like that didn't happen either? I said, so we going to pretend like that didn't happen either, huh? But yeah, Penelope says payback is already in motion, and Andy was trying to figure out what she was talking about. Then she started taking her jacket off, so Andy started taking off her earrings. She talking about the first one was free. I said, okay, girl, we see. I said, that's right, defend yourself. But again, you ain't gonna do nothing. Her face been in your face, and he was in between y'all, true enough. But her face was right there. You could have backhanded her. You could have did something. What they said, did you at least reach the B word? You ain't do nothing. Taking out earrings, that's a waste of time. Slap her. No, he gonna run over there and get in between them when she trying to get her get back, talking about my sister. I said, forget you and your sister. What you talking about? But yeah, then Andy talking about doggone, I want to talk to you alone, Jordan. I said, for what? He was right there. He could have easily told his sister to back off. Then Penelope gonna try to, what? I can't think of the word right now. Talking about some doggone, when she started, I think it was the part when she started telling her about the blackmail. She talking about some, I called, you know what he was doing? He was in there sniffing your underwear or whatever. I said, what they got to do with anything? How that prove that they in it together? He just a sicko. What you talking about? She ain't tell him go in there and sniff her underwear. I said, why she bring that up? Trying to make it seem like that. Then Jordan got upset. He got upset, talking about, this what you was doing, y'all was doing this whole time, or whatever. She was like, I was right there with you. I said, exactly. You was right there. Then nobody tell him go in there. Oh my goodness, she gonna try to bring that up. Then she talking about, can I talk to you? I said, he was right there. He ain't gotta let her talk for him. He chose to. But then intervene anytime Andy got close to the girl. So what y'all got going on? For real, for real. Like, I want to know where they headed with this. What's the payback she talking about that's in motion? Did she set her up and say she did it? Did she go to Agent Watts and say, Andy had this going on with Gary? Like, what's the payback? I'm ready to see. But yeah, I already talked about Miss Marie tells Vanessa she out of her mind. If she thinks she going to get her anything. Karen notices Vanessa shaved edges. But Fatima went to Robin to tell him, question him about why he let Hayden over Andy cases and everything. He got her doing this and that, and he's basically saying that's her job or whatever. And he was basically telling her that they already got enough going on in regards to Andy, so they can't lose nobody else. But yeah, Fatima ends up telling Robin everything that Hayden been up to since he been gone. So he ends up telling her he'll handle Hayden, but he still needs her to make it work. She asks Robin if he's come up with, any leads that could take the heat off of Andy. And then he was like, as a matter of fact, I have. So he got photos of her, you know, the whole situation with the little bodyguard dude pushing her down and everything. And he got the weapon. I was like, that's her weapon or whatever. And he was talking about motive and all that stuff on next week's episode on the trailer or whatever. And I said, dude, like, I understand because they got a whole board of suspects. I said, might as well add Penelope and Jordan up there together. I'm sure Jordan already up there. But yeah, and Penelope, she probably up there too. But they need to be together. Because that whole little scene, he's standing up there quiet and stuff. Right along with Agent Watts or whatever his name is. Look, I told y'all, everybody is a suspect. Everybody is a suspect. But that's it, y'all. Let me know y'all thoughts on this episode down below. Stay tuned for the next review. Until next time, do this to her girls tonight and be safe.